All right, I think we're live for the first time in over a month, I believe. I'm doing a live stream. I think the last time I did this was sometime around Christmas or right before New Year's. I don't recall the exact timing. Hey, GW, thanks. Um, but yeah, it was a long time ago, and a lot of things have happened in the interim. Hey, Alejandro, Nate, the super mod is here. He uh, he was just waiting on this live stream to drop, apparently. Oh, thanks, Alejandro. I appreciate that. Oh, is Sam is uh is Shamunian streaming? Is the Syrian Bible? I didn't I didn't mean to cr- uh to step on his live stream if he's doing that right now, but I mean it's not going to be long. This will be relatively brief, so you can get back to that. Uh, it's funny. There's Sam kind of reminds me. Um, he has he's so passionate. It's amazing. He uh he kind of uh he kind of reminds me of someone in my church. That passion, it's it's kind of it's remarkable. It's sort of inspiring when you uh see it for yourself. Yeah, that's true. This is the first stream. Well, this is the first stream of 2021. So yeah, this is a new president, a new Congress. I don't know what session of Congress it is, but yeah, this is the first official stream of 2021, I believe. I don't know. I don't think I did a stream in January. I could be wrong, but I kept occasionally I would go back and look at when my last stream was, and it said a week, then 2 weeks, then 3 weeks, and I think it's been over a month. Yeah, Sam. I always enjoy Sam's singing. I mean, he has the type of voice that it's good in like mine. It's sort of good in a large in chorus like congregation of singing when it can blend in. I I'm always a little bit leery when I have to lead when I'm in a small group and I'm singing. I usually just do it when I am in church, but when I have to lead, be the song leader, I'm it's kind of like it's like that guy the New York Giants drafted, Cedric. I forget his last name, but the Giants drafted this guy. I think he was a linebacker or defensive end who was legally blind in one eye. I'm not kidding. You can look this up. You can do a web search. They drafted this guy, and I think it was a pretty high draft pick too. Um this wasn't like this wasn't like the seventh or eighth round. They drafted this guy who was literally blind in one eye to be so he could only he could only go after the quarterback from one side, and I think he was only in the league for like a couple of years, and he wound up with 14 tackles or 12 tackles. I forget how many, but that's kind of like me when it's basically like having someone who's tone deaf lead lead music. January 4th. Okay, so Nate with the correction. Appreciate that. I have streamed in 2021, so yeah, but it has been over a month apparently, but not not since 2020. So happy New Year for everyone. I always love when people say Happy New Year the first time they meet you, even if they haven't seen, even if the first time they've seen you in the new year is in the middle of March or April, and they they greet you with a Happy New Year. I don't. I think it's one of those things that it sort of has an expiration date of a week or maybe 2 weeks. After that, it just seems weird to wish someone a Happy New Year when you're in the middle of February. I don't think Yang is um is going to win. I mean, then again, there are a lot of horrible candidates that are gonna that are probably gonna throw their hats in the ring. I don't think Yang has enough money to bribe. He doesn't have the requisite money to bribe enough voters to win, win the primary. I guess he could. I mean, I'm assuming that's going to be part of his campaign platform. Is just promising people money, not even bribery in the usual sense that they have in New York, where you just have interest groups you promise fu- to funnel taxpayer funds to whatever interest group is you're beholden to. Like I assume it's going to be more direct in his case. Uh, but Dracula is a great. Dracula is a really interesting novel. It's funny when you compare, and they did do one version, the one with Brad Pitt and Anna Paquin, I believe. The one from '92 is actually called Bram Stoker's Dracula and was relatively true to the story, but it's one of those things, kind of like Frankenstein. You see the cinematic adaptation usually completely distorts the original story, and I know they do this with almost any work of literature that they adapt to the screen. They really butcher it, but particularly things like Dracula or Frankenstein. Frankenstein is one of the worst because in Frankenstein they take Dr. Frankenstein's monster and they completely remove his voice. They turn the monster into this grunting, um, kind of deaf, dumb, monosyllabic creature. And in Mary Shelley's novel, he's actually an incredibly eloquent figure. And in fact, that's one of the key plot points when he comes into contact with a man who's blind who can't see him. He can actually communicate extremely well. He has a real facility for words, and he wants to become part. Even though he's not a human, he wants to become part of human civilization. I mean, that's kind of the key, the main one of, if not the central theme of the novel. And the movies turn him into this just grunting, shambling beast. I actually did have a pair of these headphones that was red that broke after a couple of weeks. It broke after less than a month. That's the problem with headphones. You have Most headphones are really cheaply made, and uh yeah, Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. They've done that's one of the that novel. They've adapted that. It seems like dozens of times. You know that you have countless film adaptations and television adaptations of that. Um, but yeah, that's one of the problems with headphones. I mean, they're really cheaply designed. I remember I won a pair of Beats by Dre headphones in a history trivia contest. The prize was these headphones, and these are things that retail. I don't know what they cost now, but at the time I looked it up, they retail for somewhere I think between $60 and $100. There's some astronomical price for them, and these things lasted a year, which okay, for headphones a year is pretty good for, some cheap set of headphones you buy at the dollar store. I mean, that's not too shabby, but these are things that are marketed as the as top of the line headphones, endorsed by Mr. Dre, and they were worthless. They lasted. I mean, a year is nothing for something that. I mean, if I had actually paid for them, I would have been extremely irritated. Thanks, Christine. It's good to see you. Um, I would have been extremely annoyed if I had actually paid for those. Yeah, a lot of them are are made in China. And most manufacturing, not so much textiles, because the the price of labor there has increased over the past few decades. So they've actually outsourced things like apparel manufacturing or textiles to neighboring countries in Southeast Asia, like Vietnam. Um, Bangladesh is actually a huge. I don't know if you remember that, but the Rana fire that destroyed this clothing factory. Um, that was in Bangladesh, and one of the things about that was that's where all of these fast fashion companies source their products, their clothing. They're made in Bangladesh, Pakistan to a lesser extent, and Vietnam was another big one. Yeah, Central America. That I mean, occasionally I do, even though you don't find them as much. But yeah, like Honduras, countries like that. The wireless headphones, I've tried using wireless headphones, and I'm still not sure I understand. I'm kind of a luddite. That's why I have what headphones like these, even though they're they do look like they're strangling me, but they're not actually. But like they are, they're just completely out of shape. But anyway, um, what else? I wanted to talk about. Like I said, this isn't going to be a huge uh, stream, but I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you if you're familiar with the channel Spinnin Remixes, but this is a YouTube channel which has been promoted by David Wood, by Act 17, Act 17 Apologetics. And what it does, and this is someone I know, he puts together compilations. He does um, mashups of these Islamic kind of absurd Islamic apologists and preachers, people like Zakir Naik, and Ali Dawa, this Ali Dawa and Muhammad Hijab, and he composes these awesome mashups. He kind of, puts um, a song, a beat that accompanies all of these ridiculous quotes from these Islamic Islamist goofballs. Yeah, that's the one. Spinning remixes, not spinning. It's you drop the G. It's and the picture is actually an LP, I think, twirling or being spun, hence the name. And yeah, the channel, that's basically the channel. The first one was oh man, this shows you how bad my memory is. I think the first one was Muhammad Hijab. Oh no. The first one was what's his name? The guy uh the guy with the glasses, the pseudo intellectual. Um, but he did that. The one who uses fancy words like ultra crepidarian, and he did a video with that guy, and they're hilarious. I mean, they're really entertaining if you watch them. But anyway, his last video was deleted from YouTube, and I think it was also deleted from Rumble because of terms of service violations, supposedly violence. So he had these Islamic Islamic preachers talking about Islam, which is a violent and an inherently violent religion, and his video was removed because of that. So he uploaded the same sound clips with pictures of these cute puppies frolicking in nature, which is really amusing. He has a very good sense of humor. I'll try to put a link in the comments after the stream to the channel for those of you who aren't familiar with it. You definitely should check it out while it's still before the authorities have before it's banned on YouTube is becoming the new band in Boston. The Lord executes righteousness and justice for all who are oppressed. That's true. Psalm 103, verse 6. We were actually going over the Psalms today, earlier in a church service that we held, my church held. There are so many Psalms that are really well, I mean, all of them are worthwhile or worth reading and going over. It's and I was telling this to someone in my church. They're, even though they were written by several people, primarily David, but also Solomon, Asaph, Moses. They were written by different people over a huge span of time, just like Scripture itself. There is a continuity there, which is astonishing. The audio over the music. Yeah, I mean, that's also. I guess it's hard to find the right balance. I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely an ignoramus when it comes to music, but so someone who's an actual musician who does this regularly has a much better ear for that. But the channel is great, and I would recommend. Like I said, it's called Spinnin' Remixes. just punch it into the search engine on the search tab on YouTube, and you should find it. It's a great channel. He also has another channel where he uploads hymns and original compositions, original music. Like I said, he's a fantastic musician. Should definitely check that out. And like I said, this isn't going to be a long video, so I'll probably wrap it up here. I'm glad everyone who came, John and JV. Hey, JV. God bless. Matthew, Christine, Alejandro, GW, Seth. I don't think I said hi to you. And Nate, if he's still around, if he's still lurking. Yeah, Riaz is great too. He's a regular. He's part of the Boom Squad, and he's a regular on Act 17. Yeah, this is probably my longest since I've started uploading. I can't recall ever going a month. Sometimes it's a week, sometimes two, but this is pretty long. I'm glad that I'm back, and I'm glad that there's still people who get my notifications apparently. And so I'm like, even though it's weird, like I said, Happy New Year to everyone, and I will see you soon. Hopefully sooner than the gap between my last two videos, between my last video and this, and I will see you all next time.